What's going on, guys? Nathan with Technology Smash back with another video, and today I have an opening, unboxing, and setup of the brand new Fitbit Inspire. So the one that I have here is the heart rate monitor. There is a cheaper version that has no heart rate monitor, but if you're getting a Fitbit, in my opinion, if you're getting one without a heart rate monitor, if you have the option, then it's kind of useless. So, I mean, it's a fitness tracker, and the closest way, even if Fitbit's not super accurate sometimes, is to know your heart rate. If you don't know your heart rate, then it's kind of useless a little bit. I mean, you could do steps and things, but you kind of want your heart rate. So outside of the packaging looks normal, as all Fitbits do. Now they just come, it looks like a small and large band. I think they've done that for a little bit, but you can see that it just comes in the box. So this is like a more budget version, I would say. This is $100. And let's just take a look around. I mean, there's not a ton on here that we need to go over, just some, normal stuff, advertising. This is going to be like a setup video, so I don't want it to take forever, but saying it's swim proof, has a heart rate monitor on it, has sleep tracking, like most of them all do now, smartphone notifications, and up to 5 days battery life. So we'll go ahead and get into this. So they all have these little tabs. So when you're opening these, just look for these tabs for pulls or whatever you're doing. This one just pulls back and then the bottom lifts open. So again, anywhere you see like the Fitbit logo is a tab to pull. So we will pull that out, and the tracker is sitting right in the center like they usually sort of are. To start, download the Fitbit app. We already have that because we're still using our Ionic. And I love this watch. I wear it every single day. The band is starting to come apart, and Fitbit is not going to do anything about that. Both sides. I've glued this side, it kind of comes up, but it's okay. I like it. There is the charging cable here, and there's a little tear for the bag, so you're just going to pull it open. And it's proprietary, like always. Here's the other band. This probably won't be a watch for me at all. You can see it's very thin. And here's the connector. So like always, they have their own proprietary connection, if I can get it to focus. And it's just like a pill shape. We'll connect it in a second to see. Here's the actual tracker. There is, like I said, a Fitbit logo on everything. So you're just gonna grab that and peel it off. This one looks like it has an actual button. So we'll just get this started. There it goes. So I had it upside down. So there's smile, and it says fitbit.com/setup. So we'll look at it real quick. It's got like a thick, fat body with skinny armbands. It's that nice, smooth type of plastic, like a silicone rubber type of material. Very skinny. This thing is teeny tiny compared to the Ionic. So this is more for somebody who's probably replacing a smaller Fitbit, or for women probably. Anyone can wear it, but if you know what I mean, if you don't like big chunky watches, usually those are more reserved for like men's styles. It has that little tooth. That's going to be hard to get. You can see it right there, that hooks that I love so much on the ones that don't have a snap. So when you put it in like that, you'd pull it around and push the little hook on there so that it won't come off. Those are great. The Ionic has the actual snap that it like pushes into the band. So this is the second best option in my opinion. And then the bands come off with the little quick release pushes right there. You've probably seen those 100 times. I'm not going to do them right now just because I want to get this set up like normal. So this is going to be like one of my normal setup videos. So you can learn how to do yours if you're having any kind of issues. So let's go ahead and get the brightness to an acceptable level. So this will be pretty similar on Android or iOS, the setup process. So we will go ahead and get this one set up. So you're gonna go into the app and do a sign in. This is my Ionic, so this won't be the totally first screen you'll see. It'll help you do an actual setup to get to where you need to be. But for me, since I have one here, I'm gonna go up to this top card and do set up a new device. So we'll go ahead and touch that. Now it's gonna ask you which device it is, and typically they put all their newest stuff on the top of the list. So you can see the Versa Lite, Ionic, Inspire HR, which is ours, and they actually don't have it on the top, so I was wrong. Switching, there's an Ionic connected to your account already. Switch, so it's gonna ask me to switch. You have to go through their terms and service, so scroll to the bottom and hit agree. It's gonna tell you how to charge it, so we might as well look at that now since it's reminding us. So this little dock here, that looks kind of funny, just snaps into place. So it's magnetic, which is cool. I really wish they would stop using proprietary chargers. It doesn't seem like they're going to. Every Fitbit seems to have like a different one, which is annoying. So it's gonna tell you how to charge it, which that should be pretty straightforward once you look at this stuff. So we're gonna power it up, we already did. It said to plug it in. It's searching for the tracker now, so it's gonna tell you that it found it, and then it will pop up a number on the actual device, and it will tell you to type that into your phone. So for us, it's 5341. And you'll see that it says it's connecting, and the Fitbit will change to the Fitbit logo with almost like a searching dot matrix where it's kind of like blinking all over. So that paired, and on the phone it will say it needs to update. This has happened to me probably every single time I've got a Fitbit. By the time they get it out to stores, it probably has some kind of firmware update. That's just normal because new devices come out and then they need to update things as soon as it comes out. So we're gonna hit update. This part always takes forever. You can see in the top there, it says downloading, so we'll see how long that takes, but we're gonna come back. I'm not gonna make you wait through that. So right now, what you would wanna do, you'll see that also on the actual device. It's so light that it's hard to see, but there we go. It is a loading bar almost. So you can set this down. When you get to this step, it'll tell you to at the bottom, but just so you're aware, just in case you wonder. Feel free to use your phone during this update. Just remember to keep it close during the update. So we're just gonna set it here. We're at 11% right now, and I will come back as soon as that is done. All right, so this is just about to finish up, so you can see what it actually sort of changed to is it says installing instead of a percentage, and then the actual tracker itself has a loading bar that's almost there. So while it's getting there, you can see on this screen, and if you're setting this up right now through me, then you'll see it anyways, but there's sections where it kind of tells you little tips, and as you look at them, it'll check mark it. It tells you about the heart rate and like how it sort of works, tells you how sleep tracking works, the stages, it'll remind you to go to bed, things like that. Goal setting, you can do a step goal, active goal, or a calorie goal. I do a calorie goal now instead of steps because I was exercising heavily for days where I wouldn't have a ton of steps, and it wasn't telling me I was at goal even though I had a high calorie count of burn, so I recommend that. And then extra motivation, reminders to move, community groups, and connecting with friends and family. So you can have a friends and family list on Fitbit that will show you the step count of other people, and you can taunt them and cheer them on and stuff like that. So we are still waiting for this. It takes such a long time every time I do this, and every time I don't forget about it, but it kind of kills the flow of these videos. Real quick too, compare the sizes of the Ionic so you can see the thickness of that. This is thicker. Actually, it's about the exact same. It just has this overarching curve to it. So it kind of has like this massive chunk in the center. Wearing it, like I said, is teeny tiny on a wrist like mine. I have such big hands that wearing something like this more looks like a bracelet than anything. But you know, this is probably the smaller band because even though my hands are big, my wrists are not huge, and there's only a few actual spots in there left. So almost there. We're like right at the edge. Still just says installing. So what should happen is this should have like a reboot after it hits the full 100%. And it sounds like this is more just sort of splash proof. It says swim proof on their website, but it's water resistant up to 50 meters. So remember, water resistant doesn't mean waterproof. And there's probably a time limit on even the resistance part. Battery life varies along with other factors. Of course, we all know that from our smartphones and things. People get better battery life than others depending on how they use it, obviously. So it is almost there. check mark there. All right, so now we are into the watch. So still on this screen, we're still not quite done. You hit continue. It's going to tell you to try it on in the moment your wrist has been waiting for. Wear your device loosely enough to slide up and down during your wrist. During workouts, secure the band so it lays 2 finger widths above your wrist bone. That's for help with tracking heart rate. Changing out your band is just telling you those quick release pins and how they work. Swipe up and down. So swipe up to reveal health stats. So that has my updated stuff from today. So it's my calories, my active minutes, my mileage. Stand goal I have turned off, so it's 0, but you can swipe down on all this stuff. Swipe up and down once it's up. And then it says swipe up, which we did. What happens when we go down? Down will give us exercise, relax, timer, alarms, settings. This one also, by the way, has a button on this side, on this left side over here, like that last one. Had a capacitive, like a squeeze feature. This is an actual button. So let's go into those settings real quick just so we can see. So it is touchscreen still. So you have GPS on and off. You have heart rate on and off. You have device in, I think it's just the name, and device info. So it shows you the Fitbit info, regulatory stuff like that, the way to reset. This is a very basic device, so just know that going into this. It is cheaper for a reason compared to some of their other stuff, so it doesn't have everything built into it that you might expect from other devices. This is more for people, I would say, that want something really lightweight. They want to be comfortable when they're wearing something too, and they want to kind of hardly notice it. Style as far as size is going to totally depend on you. Again, it's very small, so just keep that in mind. The screen is just tiny, very small. Those are huge bezels. I can't even really capture them. They're still big bezels, especially top and bottom. The screen is only about where my finger width is right now, top to bottom. The rest of that is bezel up here and down here. So you're not buying this for the screen, because if you were looking for something with a big, beautiful screen, you would go with a different Fitbit like I'm wearing, or like an Apple Watch or something like that. But overall, this feels a little bit overpriced so far. I'll try it out and just kind of see. But $100 for something, it's very unsubstantial. Like, it's super light. It doesn't look as awesomely built as some of the other ones. It looks fine, but I don't know how strong it will be smacking it on walls and stuff. Those do peel off really easy, which is nice. But it's all plastic. The screen is very much plastic. Like, it will probably scratch if you don't have a screen protector, but the other ones in the past have done that too. Now this probably won't go on super well, but yeah, that's pretty much the whole setup. I mean, you can get into this, so we already went to that, to swipe up to the top, so you can tap the icon and it will run. To go back from anywhere on the menu also, you press the back button or the side button. So if you want to go to anything back, you just press it and it will go one screen back, one screen back. So now you're on the main menu. Press and hold the button to see your quick settings, battery life. Okay, so there's still more to see, my bad. So if you press and hold, it gives you a little vibrate. So you can see our battery percentage, you can see our screen wake information and notifications. That's pretty much it. Let's see what screen wake does. So if you touch that, it just turns on and off. So there's that. Press and hold. Next, so clean and wear tips. This is a big thing Fitbit pushes, because people were getting really weird infections at one point with like their first one. Not infections, but rashes on their wrists. So they tell you to wash it, take it off from time to time, clean it, stuff like that. You're all set. So you hit done, and then you can go back to your info and it will be up in the corner, and you can always touch that and see device information, change some clock faces. It's asking me to pair with this, so we could check out a couple clock faces too, but this is how you would change any of that. So you go into here, all clocks, the one that's selected is the MyInspire is the one that you currently have. So we'll just pick a random one and see how long it takes to update, see if Fitbit's gotten any faster at this. So I'll pick it, I'll hit select, go back to the menu, so you can see what it does is it hits a loading bar. These are pretty fast because these are pretty insignificant watch faces for like the size. They're black and white and they're just very basic. So you see then the Fitbit loads, it vibrates once, it gives me a check mark sign, and there it is. So that was actually very, very fast. So I like that. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them down below. Hopefully this helped you set up your Fitbit. I get these requests for pretty much every one of the Fitbit ones. They're all my most watched videos. So if you're using this to set yours up, thanks for picking me, and I appreciate your time, and hopefully this helped you out. But until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.